This week I was receiving items in the mail and also going out and buying things, and something I noticed is that everything I was buying was really boring, but it was really important. If you are a filmmaker or in the video production world, you understand that you might buy a lot of things, but not all of those things will be exciting purchases. Not all of them will be a new camera, a new lens, a new microphone, a new light, or a new computer. Sometimes the mundane is necessary, and it happens a lot now. So, I guess I just wanted to show you the things that I bought. Something that you'll always be buying as a filmmaker is hard drive space. I just recently bought about 11 terabytes of hard drives. Now, I'm kind of in a weird middle ground of figuring out my hard drive workflow, but also trying to figure out a good online backup solution / collaboration solution, because passing hard drives around isn't going to be the best solution from here on out. So I'm trying to figure that out, but I have a ton of hard drives. I picked up yet another SanDisk SSD. I use these as drives to work off of, and currently the reason why I don't reuse them is because there is a lot of footage that I have to go back and reference from other projects. I have clients that are pulling footage and B-roll from other projects. So it just makes sense to just, when you fill one up, buy a new one. And it's pretty easy to write it into contracts to allow for that kind of money to be spent. It's not hard to do. So right now I buy them quite often. I probably buy 1 to 2 per month, depending on how much work I'm doing. The other hard drives I bought were a couple of Western Digital hard drives that were 5 terabytes a piece. For the time being, these are going to act as my new archive hard drives, and I just need more space. These were like $100 a piece for 5 terabytes. And it's a pretty good option for local storage. I'm not going to be working off of these hard drives. They're just going to be storing the footage as a backup. Another purchase I made was a couple of USB-C cables. I don't know why, but I lose these things all the time, and I need them all the time. So yeah, I just bought a couple more. Another really boring purchase that I made was a UV filter for this lens that I'm using right here, which is the Sigma 24-70 lens. It's an 82 millimeter thread size. As most of you know, in the filmmaking world, when you buy a lens, you often buy a UV protector in order to just protect your lens from scratches and cracks and things like that. So I picked one of those up. Another purchase related to this camera was an SD card that can handle 4K 120, because my current SD cards can't. I think you need like a V90 or something, and mine are just V30. I don't really know a lot of that stuff. I don't. Well, I picked up that card, and I only got one because they are expensive. It was $130 for 128 gigabytes. So $1 per gig, basically, for those cards. So I hope I notice a difference. That's all I'm saying. Yet another purchase related to the Sony FX3 are these Watson charger adapters. I have these chargers from Watson that charge my MPF batteries, and I didn't realize that you can put different adapters on the top to charge different types of batteries. I always knew the plate was removable, but I thought it was just like replaceable. I didn't realize that you could actually put on a different plate and then charge a completely different battery. You can pretty much charge all types of batteries by just finding the correct plate. It's a pretty cool system. It is expensive to buy the charger. It's like $80, but the plates, like the little adaptable plates, are like $2 a piece. So that's pretty nice. I also purchased another set of batteries and a charger from Watson for the Sony FX3. In fact, I just popped in one of those batteries to record this talking head, and the camera was like, "We don't know if we trust this battery. We can't promise anything good is going to happen." I've never had that before with a camera, but it happened with this one. It also doesn't give me the battery percentage because it can't read it, I guess, on these batteries. So yeah, I guess I will definitely use these after I use my 2 Sony batteries and not rely on these. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't go well, I'll just buy more Sony batteries. Also, another purchase I made, and this is something I might make a video on in the future, I bought some notepads. I have started taking notes during meetings and just jotting down ideas and things like that on an actual notepad, like a small, like wallet-sized notepad. Before, I used to do everything digital, but there is something about slowing down and actually writing it that has been kind of therapeutic for me. So I bought some notepads to not only continue doing that, but I'm also going to experiment with journaling on a daily basis, or a mostly daily, semi-daily basis. How do you say that? I don't know. I just think it would be cool to look back 10 years from now and pull out a journal and see what I was thinking. Read the thoughts that I wrote down that day. It would not only be cool for me, but it would be cool for my kids to see. And also, if I ever become famous and they do a documentary about me, I've basically written the voiceover for the script. So that's how I'm going to write it. That's how I'm going to envision it. That might sound arrogant, but it's more like, I don't know, does that sound weird? Does that sound arrogant? Like, I'm thinking of it from that perspective. Like, if I was writing a script about myself and about my day, that's how I'm going to write the journals. That's what I'm saying, basically. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you that the boring and mundane purchases are actually important. If you're just getting into filmmaking, just know that you are definitely going to be making these purchases eventually. It's not always buying cameras, lenses, microphones, and lights and things like that. Oftentimes, these purchases are what you spend the most money on when it comes down to it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one.